Hey guys, welcome to the Bird Brain Podcast, where the goal is to rise above it all, stay elevated, create that infinity, and up your you. I'm your host Isaiah, and today, to continue with our mental health for the holidays, we're going to talk about the whole shopping spree, the whole shopping experience. Shop until you drop. That's what I coined this episode. And basically, we're just going to talk about I guess the misconceptions in that about, gift giving, gift receiving, debt, all that stuff, and just how it affects your mental health. Stay tuned. If you want to help the podcast out, head on over to iTunes where you can subscribe if you like what you're listening to, but also you can leave a review. I see those reviews and I read them, and each of them mean the world to me, but also it just puts the message out there even further. So, yeah. And if you want to go the extra mile, head on over to patreon.com/the Bird Brain Podcast, where you can donate, become a Patreon member, and receive some cool perks in the process. So without further ado, sit down, get comfortable, finish putting your last decoration on your tree, and tune into this episode. All right, stay tuned. Rise above it all. Stay elevated. And create that infinity. Of your you. Of your you. So the scent I have today going in my room, there some incense actually. Shout out to Jessica Vest because she gifted me these incense and I light them constantly. I have at least one lit a day, and man, when I tell you there's something about scents that just really create an environment, whether it's nostalgic or just relaxing for me. So these incense do it for me. I'm not sure what they're called. I'll get back to you guys. But yeah, how are you guys doing? How's everything going? How's the holidays? How's the end of the year and the holidays? How are they going for you? Hit me up. I'd love to hear from you. You can email at thebirdbrainpodcast@gmail. You can hit me up on Instagram at the Bird Brain Podcast, Twitter at the Bird Brain Podcast, and Discord, Podcast Junkie, if you guys are familiar with Discord. So, yeah. With that being said, it's winding down the end of the year, and it's probably the most busiest time for holidays. There is a lot of shopping, honestly. It's one of those Hallmark holidays, the way my mom used to describe it. She said it's a Hallmark holiday, Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. It's the time of year where their shopping is through the roof. And what also happens too is there is a lot of, I guess, pressure around shopping for the right gift, having enough money for the perfect gift, doing anything necessary to get the gift for a special someone, or kind of expecting the perfect gift from someone, and what happens when either you're not able to provide or when you don't receive that gift. The mental aspect of it all. So I think it's a universal feeling, at least in the States. Well, for example, I'll put it on me. So Thanksgiving and then Black Friday. After Thanksgiving was done, Black Friday came around, and I had this weird anxiety. It was Black Friday. I woke up and I was like, what the hell is going on? And I think it was a lot of things encompassing, my feelings. But one of the biggest things was the shopping aspect. If I didn't take advantage of the sales or, buy something on Black Friday, I was going to miss out and I wouldn't be able to get a gift, and, all these things. And then Cyber Monday happens too. And it's like there, you get these email blasts, you see advertisements, you see commercials, about, last day to shop to get half off or whatever of this gift, or, basically it's just this whole pressurized system of making sure you have the opportunity to spend as much money as possible on certain gifts, which in the long run may not even be worth it, may not be worth the price. And I think the hype creates this, it's kind of almost paralyzing, this whole mental state of, what's the word I'm looking for? This heightened sense of like immediacy and making sure you're a part of everything that's going on. And you can see it on TV too, like when, after Thanksgiving, people go Black Friday shopping and there's like a stampede of people running through doors to get the TV, the video game, the toys, all the things that usually people are fighting over. Is very materialistic, but it's in essence what becomes a part of the holiday. So when you look at that, there's anxiety. Each person standing in line, I'm sure, is like, I have to get this for my family, or I have to get this maybe for myself. No matter what, I'm not going to let anyone else take this from me. This is mine to get. It's a whole mental thing. If you really think about it and you narrow it down, it's like the whole thing of having to do this no matter what. And if you don't, how much of in layman's terms, how much of a failure you're going to feel like if you come home empty-handed or come home without that thing. And I've been victim of it too. Like I said, this previous Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I was worried about like not being able to shop and everything like that, because I'm like, all right, do I have all my ducks in a row, so on and so forth, financially, to get certain gifts, and not knowing what gifts to get. It really created this whirlwind of mental angst that I probably didn't need. Like, I had enough on my plate, and I was like, this is one thing that I don't need to be dealing with. And the holidays kind of create that, again, with all the cheer and the celebration and, happy times. There's still that aspect of the holidays that is very, I guess, anxiety ridden. That really creates this space where it just seems like it's a fight or flight kind of situation, which it shouldn't be like that. So, in long story short, this episode, I definitely wanted to focus on that, just because, again, that's something that people don't address. Shop until you drop. Shopping and doing whatever you can to get that perfect gift, no matter if it puts you in debt, no matter if you get hurt in the process, no matter if you hurt someone in the process. Like, all these things to get a gift that may not even hold relevance in a year. By this time next year, there's going to be something else that needs to be like purchased to be the perfect gift. And I think a lot of times that whole exchange of gifts around this time of year is wrapped up in, well, our love and our worth and our needing to be what's the word? Our needing to be praised for doing something good, our needing to be praised for good behavior is wrapped up in the gifts that we get for people. And sometimes we go out of our way for people who are not who are not giving us the time of day. And it's neither here nor there. I think when you give a gift, it should be from your heart and something that's well thought out. Even if it doesn't cost that much, it should still be a well thought out kind of thing. But overall, there's still this pressure of getting the perfect gift for the person, so they understand how much you love them, and they love you back, hopefully, and they appreciate and they value you. And what I've learned is, like, I don't think a gift will change how a person views you, whether they receive one or not, because what a person thinks of you, they show you consistently, even if they're consistent. But also what a person thinks of you, if they value you, is very evident. So you can get them. A prime example, I'll use my sister and I, my relationship with my sister. Shout out to Tanya. So every year her thing is socks. Like we both have this thing for socks. I love socks. I truly enjoy socks. I have a bag full, literally a it's like a laundry bag. It's a mesh bag full of socks. Some of them I haven't even worn yet. That's how many socks I have. And I brought these socks probably like a year ago, and I have not worn them. They're still in the package, everything. I love socks, and so does my sister. So every year, that's what she wants from me for Christmas. She's like, just give me a pair of socks or give me a few pair of socks. So I make sure to get her that on top of something. But on the flip side too, she usually, whatever she gets me, I know there's thought put into it. She's that kind of person. She's very considerate, and you know, anything that she does for me, I appreciate and I take it to heart. She tends to get me sneakers, dope ass sneakers, mind you. Like she spoils me when it comes to sneakers, and like she'll get me something cool like a t-shirt, and there are certain t-shirts that she's gotten me that I love that become my favorite t-shirts to the point that I won't necessarily wear them because I think they're so dope. So with that being said, my exchange with her is very much is from the heart, you know, because her and I, we both have this exchange of like, look, I know you're grinding, I'm grinding. We're going to do whatever we can to do something for each other, but it doesn't need to be over the top. Like don't kill yourself and don't kill your bank account trying to get something for me. And it's hard because, you know, for me, I don't like receiving gifts isn't a big deal for me. I love being able to provide. I love giving gifts. And around this time, as much as Christmas is not one of my favorite holidays, I still enjoy the process of giving things to people that I care about that are special to me. I really enjoy that process. And, you know, when it comes down to it, one thing I've had to realize and take a step back is like, what are you compromising in the process of making sure that you deliver, that you get these gifts? Because quite frankly, the people that care about me and that I care about, it's not an emphasis on materialistic things. Like I think we're all about effort. And one of the things my friend T said to me today, she was like, you know, adults, they don't need presents. And then I followed up was like, yeah, we need presents. So we don't need presents. We need your presence. I think as you get older, the less materialistic things matter and the more it is about just people or just like being able to share your time, space, and energy with someone because, you know, life is short. And I think a lot of times I've heard crazy stories about people, you know, not having their loved ones on the holidays for one reason or another, and how it affects them still to this day. And it could be decades later, but it's still very much a prominent memory. So as adults is more about, I feel like as the holidays, as you get older and the holidays come around, it's more about you look around your table, your metaphorical table, and you look at who's still present. And you look at the people that you look forward to seeing or hearing from the holiday on the, during this time, just because of how much they mean to you. And, you know, maybe the finances may be tight this year. And go about it a different way. You know, don't beat up on yourself because you can't buy this gift or you can't do A, B, and C. It's like, you know, for me, whenever I think about gifts, I always think about the person. And you know, sometimes it requires me to get crafty and make something or get something that that's symbolic of our relationship or symbolic of what they mean to me in my life. And that's how I go about it a lot of times. Not like the gifts that I get or I really think through. And sometimes they are a little pricey, I will say, but I think it doesn't just dissipate after Christmas is over. I feel like the gifts that I get, I make sure that they last for some time and they have some weight to it, and they are a constant reminder of the relationship I have with that person, just because it's, you know, I don't want either of us to just feel like, all right, in this present moment, this matters, and then afterwards, that's that. And it's also, I think it just lets the other person know that, oh, wow, this person actually thinks of me in that way. And sometimes it comes down to you getting crafty. Sometimes it comes down to you making your own thing. And I think that's what I'm planning on doing this holiday for a few people is making something, getting creative, getting back to that space because again, being creative and really taking your time to do something and make it from scratch, I feel like that is more meaningful than anything that you could buy on the market. And if you in fact give it to the right person, and if this person is that type of person, they will appreciate whatever it is you give to them for the rest of their lives. I promise you. And that's from personal experience, being on the receiving end, but also being able to gift it. And I just think, again, the holiday should not be focused around how much money you can spend, working day in and day out just to be able to afford some crazy ass gift that may not matter in the next year because there's going to be an upgrade. It's going to be irrelevant by this time next year. It's like, be smart about it for your own mental health. And the reason why I say that is because, after Christmas is said and done, then comes January and you're looking at your finances and things are like, fuck, why did I do that? Or I did something wrong. Then you have buyer's remorse. Then you get down on yourself and then you're kind of in this weird ass limbo of trying to play catch up, but also sustain living, all because you broke bank on these gifts for people. And understand when you have kids, it's like you want your kids to have the best. And, I watch my mom, she's gone out of her way over the years growing up to make sure we had things that we asked for. And now when I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, I get it now. It's not worth it. And as a kid, it's like you just want certain things because, well, you don't have any other wherewithal. It's like, well, this is something that I want, that I desire, and Santa Claus is supposed to get it. So, there's that factor too. But, this is for people out there. I don't care how old you are, honestly. Just don't give of yourself to the point you have nothing left this holiday. Because trust me, the people that really appreciate you and value you, they're going to be happy with whatever you give them, as long as you make sure you do your best to show them that it's effort involved and that you really thought things through. I think that's what matters more than anything else, is the effort and the intentions behind things. And if they don't appreciate it, then you now know. I don't care if it's family too. It's like, it doesn't matter what the label is in terms of the relationship. Appreciation is appreciation. And I don't think that it's right for anyone to feel like they have to sacrifice themselves completely just to prove that they deserve to be loved, or that they deserve to be valued and or praised, or, hey, look at me, I'm a good person because I did this. Like, no, save your money, make time, make effort, but definitely save your money and save your mental health, because I feel like all of these things truly can affect our mental space. Because also another thing that can potentially happen, you spend all your money on this thing and you no longer have anything left for yourself, then there could be some resentment that sets in, or feelings of despair, or feelings of desperation, or just not knowing what to do next, because you've already, you did all of this for this one moment, and now you have a bunch of other moments you didn't really prepare for. So, yeah, I will say, even if you can, do something for yourself this holiday. Do something for yourself and either make yourself a cool ass gift, or, get yourself something nice, not crazy, but take care of yourself too, because that's a relationship that's worth nurturing around the holidays as well. I think, it's very outward about like buying, purchasing and giving gifts that's going to light up somebody's world. But, take care of your own world too. That's important. So yeah, I think that's it in terms of shopping, and again, as an adult personally speaking, nowadays, the best presents I get are the people I have in my life that are still present. That means the world to me. So shout out to all you guys. If you've been a staple in my life, I hope you realize how much I do appreciate it and how much it has affected me and molded me. And I talk about it a lot just because it's a constant thing. Like, I don't think the appreciation for positive relationships and reinforcing relationships in your life, I don't think that expires, and it shouldn't. So yeah, I appreciate you folks, and stay tuned for next week because we're gonna get a little bit deeper. This one might be it's gonna be visceral, I think, and it's gonna deal with something. I don't want to give it away, but yeah, it's something worth talking about. So that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing week. I hope you get creative, make it a point to be creative this week and make something. Try to make something. I don't care if you're not crafty. Take a chance on yourself and just enjoy the process and see what comes out of it. Be Frankenstein this week, please. Yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing week. And again, reach out, let's connect, let's chat, and you can tune in anywhere you listen to podcasts. We are everywhere, and I love that. All right, guys, have an amazing week. Keep warm wherever you are, and take flight.
What's the best part of a Dunkin' Run? The coffee? Is it the coffee or the $1 donut or $2 stuffed bagel minis or $3 sausage, egg, and cheese that you can add to it? The answer, of course, is yes. Time for a Dunkin' Run. $3 offer available on sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich only. Excludes specialty donuts and fancies. Offer valid on medium or larger coffee. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.